What's up, guys? Today I'm going to show you a toolbox tour, okay? I watch a lot of these online. I enjoy them. I love tools. And plus, this is like, I know this ain't the typical video I do, but this is where I spend a lot of my life, okay? So maybe somebody watching this will see something they like and, have fun with it, okay? So we're going to start with this. I'm just going to kind of guide y'all through each one of my drawers and my boxes and my tool cart and show you my tool collection. Let's get started. All right, guys, here's my setup here. Those little mats on the ground, I bought those just to make it a little bit more, I don't know, kind of has a vibe to it. I do that a lot. I buy stuff to kind of, make it work. But let's just start over here real quick. This is my tool cart. So this is what I got. I bought this because a lot of the times when I go to a machine or something and I start working, I lay my tools all over the place. This helps me put all the tools, so at the end of the day, I'll have this full of tools, and then I'll come back and I'll clean my tools and put them back up. And that way, it just makes it a little better. So with this, I added some stuff. Like I added this here so I could put my cans there, or maybe if I have a soda. I bought some cheap screwdrivers and bit drivers just so, if I need it, it's already there. I can, and I'm not worried about people stealing it because, they're hard. They're cheap. So, but they've actually come in handy. So these are just, this is where I keep all my tools here. I have my pry bars over here. My pry bars, I leave them out. It's fine. I use them often. So, and then here I have just random stuff. I have my paper towels over there. On the bottom there, I have my tool bag for like if I have a call out or if I have a side job, I'll use that for after work. But most of the time it's like if I have a call out, I take that bag, put it tools I think I need, and then I'll go up there. My knee pads because I'm getting old and I need some support for my knees. So that's that. Now here is what I clean my tools with. This is a tub of towels. If you are a mechanic and you like to clean your tools, this is where it's at. Stop with the Varsol. Stop with the what do you call it? WD-40. That's where it's at right there. There's just some gloves I got, but here is really cool. I'm gonna add on this as time goes on. But basically, all this is hooked up together. This is Milwaukee, the best brand in the world. Even the cup is in there. You can twist the cup out and put it back in. So basically, this one here is like, if I have electrical problems, I can pull this one off, and then I'll take this to my call out. And here I'll have, my butt connectors. I have my, these pliers here for like stripping and crimping butt connectors and stuff like that. So, and then some O-rings in there just for, I'll leave that there. And then in these, I just have a bunch of like random stuff that come in handy that you might need, like fuses, different things like that. AC seals, battery terminals, clamps, self-tapping screws and such. And then down at the bottom is my bigger one. And so I'll add onto this because you can add on these as much as you want, and Milwaukee's just genius. So in this one, I have Teflon tape, I have a pair of extra gloves, I have tape, I have wire, different things like that. So that's where I keep all my stuff. So I'm just gonna, instead of start with the drawer, I'm gonna just slip over here real quick. And U.S. General is Harbor Freight. Here's the deal. I don't spend a lot of money on toolboxes. I spend money on tools. I'd rather buy a $500 toolbox and fill it with, $8,000 worth of tools instead of buying a $16,000 toolbox and filling it with $500 worth of tools, if that makes sense. So toolboxes don't bother me. I'm more about the tools. So I have this at the beginning of each morning. I take my light, my little mini pry bar, my marker, and my pen, put them all in my pocket. I take my All right, and there's my lights. I have the flashing lights. I know it looks different on camera, but it looks better in person. But then I have my bright lights up top because it kind of gives you, like, you know, the jewelry store, how it lights it up? It's just kind of like that. That's what I like. But anyways, I have a lot of lights here. Let me turn that off so it ain't blinding y'all. So I have a lot of lights here. This is a very good light. I have a bunch of lights back there. This is a light I recently bought. This is my batteries up here. I have 2 headlamps, so that way when one dies, I can charge it and use the other one. All my batteries, my chargers, and lights and stuff like that. I have a couple of these I like. I mean, I love lights. This here is an icon set. So there's this set here. Little bit set, comes in handy so much. I mean, it's really nice little tool. This here is just amazing. Here, I'll put it over here for you. Some of them I'm going to show y'all because it's just, these are extractors. And so basically what you do is, if you have a bolt, something that broke, you can, you know, drill it and with the left-handed drill bits, and then you hammer these in, and you can bring this down and to have like security, and then you can screw it out. I mean, it's just fabulous. I've used it a couple times and it has worked wonders for me. If you are a mechanic and you ever get broken off bolts, you know, head gasket or anything like that, or I'm sorry, exhaust manifold, anything, this is where it's at. All right, so yeah, just a bunch of lights, batteries, stuff like that. All right, let's get to the socket drawer. You ready for this? Oh, well, we better unlock it first. That would help. All right, so now the socket drawer. Oh, ain't that beautiful? My word. So these are all my sockets here. Now what you're gonna find is I have a power drawer, well, power tool drawer, but I leave some of my power tools in different drawers because it's easier to, instead of putting these 2 in my power tool drawer, I know that they go in my sockets, so I'll put these here, that way I can just grab my socket. And this right here is one of those Insider Milwaukee tools. It's a very cool, because what happens is there's a hole there, right? And there's a socket set, so you can take a socket, put it in there, and you can get in tight spaces, and it's just beautiful. It's helped me several times. And yes, Milwaukee is my brand. So I have deep swivel sockets. I have regular swivel sockets. Here is another thing that's really cool. I have these. So basically there's a long one and a short one, and this socket set does kind of similar to that, what I was showing you just a while ago. It's hard to do one hand, my word. So what you do is you can put that in there, and look at that. I mean, you can get just about anything off in tight spaces. And these things, and then you got a longer one, so that way if you these right here are so awesome. I had to have these. I've used them one time, and it was the one time was worth it. So what these are, real quick, I can't show you the drawer yet because I'm not there, but I'm gonna take something out. All right, so what this is, you can put an extension on it, and then it's like a little ratchet. You can go both ways, and I'm telling you, man, and so let's say you need to break it, but this is too small. You can put a long-handled, extension on it, and just make it as long as you want, and it'll break that bad boy loose. So really like those. I also keep my torque bits in here, or not torque bits, my torques and my hex in here. These are some more extractors. Got my 1/4 inch in the back, 3/8. There's a few 1/2 inch back there. I'll show you on my 1/2 inch door next. But anyways, I'm gonna clean this up later. But I got my deep sockets, short sockets, hex, Torx, all those different things. And it's so beautiful. Tell me that ain't beautiful. So, oh, real quick, these Milwaukees are, this one's a 1/4 inch, and this one is a 3/8. So those are, I got 3 power tools in this drawer. All right, that was fun. All right, let's head to this one over here because I'll go to the top one here in a second. This is my 1/2 inch sockets. Matter of fact, they never brought my sockets back. I'm missing 2 sockets. See, you can't let people borrow stuff. I'll get that back tomorrow. But anyways, here's my 1/2 inch impact Milwaukee, 1/2 inch impact Matco. I love Matco, but if yeah, you know what I mean. Okay, I don't want to, I love my Matco, but that's all I'm saying. These are swivel 1/2 inch. These are metric standards. This is my 3/4 impact. This is an impact I used a long time ago. I don't use it much anymore. These here are for filters, for like oil filters or fuel filters on diesels. But they can be used for a lot of different things. I mean, but they're really good to take off. I take off hydraulic filters on these machines that work with those. I got my grinder here. These are stubby. Cool thing about these is you can use a 17mm wrench, and you can put that end on it to make it, easier to get in. But there's my 1/2 inch drawer. Beautiful. All right, let's go back over here. These are my wrenches, some of them. So I have my metric, standard, more metric, stubbies, crowfoots. These are stubbies, but they're ratchet and they're swivel. Pretty cool. This is just a cool little wrench I bought, and actually it's helped for the job that I do. We use the 16mm a lot, and this one it has a weird shape to it, but sometimes you need those weird shapes. These are for like brake lines, different things like that. More stubbies, and that's that wrench drawer. This is more wrenches. These are come in handy. I know sometimes there will be like something sticking out here where you can't get to the bolt with a straight one, so you use this to get in there and break it loose. I've used it several times. Come in handy. These are just spare wrenches, ratchet. I don't ever hardly use them, but they're there. More wrenches. These are really good wrenches here. These are long and they're ratchet, and they come very, very handy. Let's go here next. Get the wrenches out of the way. These are my moon wrenches. So Matco, pretty cool. I mean, I've used them once or twice. I mean, it's nothing special. You'd think they do more than they do, but it is what it is. All right, my next one is I've always wanted this set. It is a Milwaukee, like 3/8 set. Basically, I can take this whole thing out, and I can put it in there and just carry it. So I can, instead of having to carry a bunch of stuff, I can just carry all this in one, and it helps out. Here's all my ratchets. And there's my 1/2 inch back there. I got my stubbies. You believe it or not, this little stubby 3/8 ratchet has came in handy. I bought this. I don't know why. I like Icon, but I don't use it. I just like Icon. All right. Here is my plier drawer. So, let's see. We got these are like for zip ties. They're really good. They have a very thin, cutters. That way they make a clean cut, and they are really good. I like them. You can see I had to buy another pair because I broke them, because I tried to use these to cut something that they're not supposed to be cut with, and that's how that works. This is called a Parrot. I've never used it. I don't know. Maybe one day. And then I got some of these. It's kind of hard to see, huh? I got my long cutters. I got some long pliers. These are for like clips. Some more long pliers with a little curve to them, my little snippers. I got a lot of channel locks, and I got 1, 2, 3 bigger ones. I have this one going smaller down, and then I have little baby Nippics. I don't know why I said channel locks, sorry. So, and then I have just more. I mean, I have all kinds of stuff. I like these here. Got these over here. Ain't it beautiful? All right, going next. This is my like little bit drawer and accessories for my grinder and carbide burst set, bits, drill bits, bit set, little drill bit gun, Milwaukee. This is to clean threads. So that's that. This one here, I have my air hose, my air gun. This was a tool I saw a few years ago. I don't know why I bought it. I never used it until one day I was struggling. And I said, I don't have a tool for that. And guess what? Old Faithful came in handy. And this right here saved my day. This was a friend of mine, Kristen. She showed me these. She showed me her toolbox tour, and she showed me these, and I was like, I've got to have that. So let me just give you an example. So there's a 1/4 inch, 3/8, and a 1/2 inch. So let's just do 3/8. So you take the 3/8, you go to your wrench drawer, and these take a 14 millimeter. So you take the 14 and you stick it in there. So now you got that. Now you go, you take a socket, well, hold on guys, I'm sorry. And now you can use a wrench and have a socket on it. Ain't that cool? So I got a 1/2 inch. So Kristen showed me that. That was pretty cool. I like that. I guess we're gonna go to our last drawer in this one. This is my power tool drawer. I like this here. This is like a long, but it's impact. I mean, this thing will impact that thing off, and it really comes in handy when you got to get into a space where you can't get like a normal impact in, because see how much of a difference it is. This is just like a little grinder type thing. I got my 3/8. I got my drill. I got my little cutoff wheel deal. I got that. I don't ever use that. I mean, I don't even really use this, but hey, it's there. So these are all my power tools besides the ones I've showed you already. All right, guys, we're moving right along. All right, so now we'll go to this drawer. Now, I have another power probe, and it's over on a machine over there. So this is just like my power electrical drawer. This here chases shorts, and so you can find the damage in the wire with this to follow it. Voltmeters, you know. This is to test relays. So that's that. All right, now we'll go to this drawer. This is my hammer drawer. It's hammer time. I love hammers. I'm gonna get more because I like them. So I got this set, got my little ball peen hammer there. This is my oldest hammer here. This is just a hammer I bought from Walmart, I think. This is a couple rubber mallets. I want to get the whole icon set. I like it. This here I just recently bought. I don't know if I can show you, but anyways, it's an air, and so what it does is to clean out like radiators and stuff when they get dirty. There's holes right there, and you can stick it. Hold on, I'm gonna come right back. All right, so yeah, so this is to blow out radiators, and so basically, let's say there is like something on the other side of this toolbox. So like on the other side, and you can't get in there with air chuck, you can push this through, blow air where you can't get to with a normal air chuck. Oil change stuff, some big pliers. This here are oil. They're actually like you can make them into oil filler, and you can make them however you want. I use these things weekly. I mean, they're so good. They're handy. There's 3 in there. One's big, one's medium, and one is small. So there's that drawer. This drawer is my screwdrivers, picks. I got my screwdrivers. This is to do windshields. These 2 pieces here. I got picks over here. This set just looked cool to me, and I actually ended up using one day, so these are cool. Some more picks, bigger picks for coolant hoses and stuff. These are for electrical. So that is that. These are for brakes on a bigger truck. This drawer has some bigger wrenches in it, and then it has torque torques, like long handle. I'm sorry if you can't see it good, but I haven't used them. I really just bought them because I like the way they look, because I use other things. These are all hex, and then these are to block off coolant hoses, so when you're working on coolant hoses, you can cut them off. This is to take off what are those, tie rod ends, brakes. Here's just different things here. These are to like block off coolant lines, like those other things were. Just random stuff, crescent wrenches. This here, I won't go through all of it, but basically my grease gun, things to take off belts, coolant pressure tester, all the different things you use to do like special jobs and things like that. So that's all that there. I got a rethreader there and different things like that. In that drawer is just pretty much random stuff. These here are pretty cool. These are magnetic. So see how they're magnetic? So what I do is I'll take it. Let's say I'm on a machine. I'll lay it down, and I can take when I take off bolts, I can put the bolt there, take off another bolt, and then whenever I'm putting it back together, all my bolts. Well, this here is not really magnetic, but anyways, it's not like the greatest, but it's pretty good. So yeah, that's that. I like these. I went and bought me another one because I like them. I got my AC gauges for R1234 and R134. Yeah. So anyways, that was a quick little overview. Let me know if you liked anything you saw. This is my kingdom here. This is where you do all the work. And so I know one day I'll look back on this video and my tool collection will be a whole lot bigger. So anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. Y'all take care.